Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series. So today I'm going to work on this quiver and equip. So here in the quiver I have put some arrows, and so today I'm going to work on the quiver blueprint and also taking one of the arrows into hand and aiming with that arrow like this. So yeah, now as you can see, one of the arrows have been taken into the hand, and if I release the bow without firing that arrow will be put back into the quiver. So here is the preview again. Right, so that's what I'm going to do today. And as always, this episode is sponsored by these awesome people in Patreon. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Alright, so first I want to convert this quiver into a blueprint, because this is just a static mesh at the moment. So yeah, I'll head to my weapons folder, and actually the quiver is not a weapon exactly, so therefore I'll define a new blueprint in the type of actor. I'll call it PP Quiver and open that. Then where is the quiver object? Here. I'll drag and drop this one right here like this. And instead of this quiver static mesh, I'm gonna attach this quiver blueprint right here, and it should be like this. So yeah, now I can delete this one. Alright, now what next? Obviously I need, well, it would look more convenient if I make this upright like this, but then again I'll have to fix the rotation here. Yeah, exactly. Okay. No, wait. I should not rotate it with the rotation values of this one. I should rotate it with the values of this quiver attached socket. Actually that's not that doesn't matter here, but it matters if I am going to do something like detaching this quiver object from the character. Alright, now I need arrows here, so I'll head to my, where is, yeah, here actually my arrow and the arrowhead is two different objects. And no, actually I have another array. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to use this one. in my quiver. So let's put into the quiver like this. Yeah, this looks nice. Then the other arrow. Okay, here is one, and I need couple of them. Let's disable snapping. Okay, I think this would be enough. Let's see how it looks. Alright, the problem is this, since these arrows have collision, when I'm rotating my camera like this, the camera spring arm collides with them. So I need to remove collisions for this quiver. No collision for the quiver and also for the arrows. Alright. Right now, no issue. We have arrows in my quiver now. So I need to get arrows from the quiver, and then I should attach them to the bow. So how can I do that? Well, for that, actually I'm not going to literally remove one of the arrow from here and attach to the hand. Instead, I'm going to do something like this. So let's create another blueprint for arrows so that I can keep the properties like fire. Is it a fire arrow or is it some poisonous arrow? What is the damage? Things like that inside that arrow blueprint. So I'll create another blueprint. I'll call it PP arrow. Okay, and let's create the arrow. So first I'll drag and drop one of the arrow objects into here. Like this. And so I'll rotate it like this because this side should be the forward. And I'll move it like this so that here is the origin of this object. Okay, now let's put this blueprint inside the bow so that I can properly align it instead of this static mesh. I just want to see how it looks. Okay. Right, so it's in the other direction. Alright, so it should be rotated. But then why right? No. Where is the forward of this? What is the forward of this object? Let's drag and drop this into the scene and check. Okay, the direction is correct. Then, so I think I have to rotate this one here. Wait, why can't I rotate it? Alright. Can't. Right. Now the direction is correct and I have to move it like this. Okay, so here, alright, so this is the location of the arrow should be. So I'll add a new socket, actually a scene component for this, so that I can attach whenever I got an arrow into that location. So this is arrow socket, and I'm gonna delete this BP arrow, and I'll come to this later when I'm implementing this arm in the bow with an arrow part. Okay, so the next part is taking an arrow from the quiver into the hand right here and placing it on the bow. So for that, how can I do that? And I'll create a new function here in the quiver object called as arrows. It should return a boolean output, yes or no. So for now I'll make it return yes because I haven't implemented arrow count or anything yet. So therefore this will always return true. And here when I press the input action draw arrow, I'll first check if I already has arrows. Okay, I can't do that because this reference is in the type of child actor component, so I need to cast this into a quiver object, but usually I don't like to use casting, but in this case I'm going to use this because this quiver is not going to be something that some generic object, like for if it is something like a character or a weapon, that could be a generic object, but quiver is more like an specific object. So therefore I don't think it would worth to use a interface. If I need that, I will do it and refactor later, but for now I'm gonna cast it. So in the begin play, I'll set up this object, I'll create a variable for the quiver like this. Get child actor cast to quiver. Promote to variable, I'll call it quiver and set. Okay, now now when I try to draw the bow, I get the quiver has arrows, and only if that part is true, I'll do the rest. So let's check it first. Okay, and the next thing is I'll create another function. I'll call it get arrow, and the return type should be BP arrow. So the reason that the reason to define the method like this is so that I am creating the arrow object here, and so by changing this method I can do whatever the type of array that I am going to create, so it would be independent from the human character. I hope that is clear to you. Right, now here for actor from class, let's see if we can do this. And the class is pp arrow. Let's keep it same. Do I need to give an instigator? I don't know, I'm not sure. Let's try. And always spawn, ignore collisions. Okay, so yeah, after this get arrow is implemented, so here when I enable this aiming mode, no, not that, yeah, here in this standing draw arrow montage I have this notifier. So when that notifier is called, that means here I attach whatever the weapon on hand into these weapon straps. So in the same place I can get an arrow and attach to the right hand. So let's try that. Let's see if that works. Get arrow, and here is the arrow object, attach to component, parent should be the hand socket. Location role snap to target. scale, keep word, rotation. Let's try that also as snap to target and see how it looks, and then let's fix that. Okay, something went wrong. Right, now as you can see, there is an arrow object attached to my hand, and also I can't move. Maybe that's because my character is colliding with this arrow. So let's see if I can disable collisions for this. I think I already did that, didn't I? No, I haven't done that. So no collisions. Okay, now let's see again. Right, now as you can see, there is an arrow attached to my hand. So what we have to do is we need to make sure that arrow is properly aligned on the hand. So for that, let's do something like this. Let's instead of this one, I'll play, let's temporary use an asset. Yeah, exactly this one I need. Draw arrow montage. Now here, let's define on the hand, let's duplicate this hand socket and attach to the hand, right hand. Let's move it like this. It should be like this. Okay, now let's I'll call this one arrow socket, and let's drag and drop an arrow object to preview how it looks under this. Okay, now as you can see, it's not correct, so we need to fix the rotation of this socket. Let's move it forward. Is that correct? Well, in this view I can see the arrow is not aligning properly. Let me fix that. Right, I think this would work. So let's change this animation mode back to animation blueprint, and I'll remove this BP arrow component because it was only temporary. So now in here, instead of hand socket, I'll use this arrow socket like this. Okay, now let's try equipping an arrow. Right, it is working, but the only problem is now I got two arrows. That's because I already have one inside this BP bow. So let's remove that one, and also make sure that to clear the references that I have for this one. object. Yeah, I have an reference, so I'll delete that and delete the arrow stick. Now there are no more arrows here. Okay, let's see how it looks. Right, it's much better now. So and we have another problem here because that arrow is not gone when I release the bow. So we have to fix that now. So for that, this is only temporary because I need to work on arrow shooting, but I don't think I can do that today because already taken 24 minutes about, and therefore I'll just destroy that arrow when I release the bow here. Yeah, right here, just like I move my bow back, I'll destroy. If I have any arrow, I'll destroy that arrow. So that means I need a reference. I need to keep a reference to this one. So I'll promote this to a variable. I'll call it arrow and set it before using it. And then here after this part, I'll check is valid if I have an arrow in my hand, and then if it is valid, I'll destroy it. Set lifespan. So yeah, like this. And let's check the progress so far. Okay, now I got the arrow and let's release it. Okay, it wasn't destroyed. Why is that? Maybe I can't use the set lifespan. Right, let me check. Okay, yeah, I think the problem is I put 0 before, so I'll put 0.1 and see. Alright, and remove it. Okay, the arrow is gone from hand. Okay, right. Alright, and yeah, that's all I want to do for today. And in the next episode, let's work on actually shooting the arrow. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club, and depending on the tier you join, you will have different privileges. Also, the source files I'll upload them here, and if you join the Patreon club, you can download them as well. And see you in the next episode. Goodbye.